Hello there, everybody. Great afternoon to you. Y'all come on in. Come on in the virtual classroom on today. I'm excited about day 4. Who's excited? Get excited with me on today. I'm so happy to be joining you on today for day 4 for the 5-day challenge. I'm super excited. Y'all come on in. Give everybody an opportunity to chime in. Y'all, excuse me, let me drink some water here. Come on in. 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 I'm so excited. Hello to my first guest in the virtual classroom. Welcome. Listen, if you can, go ahead on and share this page on Facebook. I'm streaming through StreamYard. I'm also streaming through YouTube. I'm streaming through Women Who Show Up. Um, didn't realize what was going on this week. Every time I would schedule the class, because Women Who Show Up is a private group, it was not showing up even on my personal page. So it's been kind of a slow feed. But you know what? I just believe that whoever's supposed to be on here on this 5-day show up today challenge is going to be here. And those who did not get the opportunity to tune in will get the opportunity to tune in on YouTube. On all 5 days will be on our YouTube channel, Chica Hunt at Chica Show Up. So if for some reason this has blessed you on this week and you want to share these videos with someone else, please do me a favor and do so. Okay, bear with me 1 second. Hey Pat, had to make sure my do not disturb was on because my phone will start ringing. So happy to see you, Patricia. Hello, Vanquita. Vanquita's in here, Coach. Uh, Beacon of Light, I believe. I hope I said that right. So happy to have you in here, Coach. I hope that you can get some good nuggets that you can share with some of your clients. Um, Vanquita started off as one of my clients as well. She's also one of my church members, and I've just watched her just soar. And I'm so super proud of you. And so excited about day 4. Oh my God. Listen, if you have had an opportunity to take advantage of all 4 days so far, congratulations to you. You've actually done what we're going to talk about on today. I have a very amazing topic to talk about. And I'm telling you, it is the game changer for your future. It is the game changer for your destiny. It is the game changer for what happens to you next. As you can see, I'm sitting in the car. I'm not in the office. I'm not at home. I'm in the car. Why? Because what I'm going to tell you today is something that you better get ingrained in your mind if you're ever going to stay the course and accomplish the things that you set out to do. And that is today. Are you ready for a drum roll, please? Are you ready? Stay focused on your dreams and do not let the seasons that change cause you to be distracted. Do not allow distractions to detour you from your destiny and from your dreams. Every time you make up in your mind that you're going to do something for yourself, that you're going to commit to your own success, that you're going to get on a new plan, a new budget, a new diet, a new exercise program, a new business venture, a new commitment, there's always going to be obstacles that's going to come your way. But you have to make up in your mind that you are not going to allow nothing to cause you to be distracted so that you don't miss out on what you've been called to do. Things will happen. Things will come. I'm in the car today. Uh, Life happens. Seasons change. I'm having to drop some people off today. And you know what? It's very easy to say, well, got this to do, I got that to do. I'm not going to show up. But how can I encourage you to show up if I allow circumstances, situations to make me detour? See, your destiny is going to require dedication. Your destiny is going to require commitment. Your destiny is going to require sometimes even being uncomfortable and doing things out of your normal routine. routine, your normal plan in order for you to stay the course for what it is that you're called to do. We learned on this week, we learned on Monday about what story are you telling yourself. And we talked about, being intentional. Y'all, excuse me if I sneeze. I'm outside in these elements, so I feel one trying to come on. But we talked about being intentional. We talked about, what story are you telling yourself? What's stopping you from accomplishing your dreams, right? We talked about the next day about knowing the value of your vision and the value of time and the value of your gift. And when you know the value of something, then you won't abuse it and you won't let others abuse. You won't let others abuse your time. You won't let others abuse, what it is that you're called to do, right? You will stay the course. And then on day 3, we talked about having the right perspective. If you're going to show up today, you must have the right perspective. You must understand what it's going to take, what kind of dedication, what kind of commitment, what kind of sacrifice is going to take for you to stay the course to accomplish your dreams. The woman, we talked about the woman, the widow woman who's story of a woman in the Bible in Second Kings, I believe, where they were coming to take her creditors, and she knew she either could stay in her circumstance, lose her sons, lose her heritage, lose the only family she had left because her husband had died, or she could get up and do something about it. And she chose to get up and do something about her circumstance. She went to the prophet and she told the prophet her situation, and she sought wisdom. So we talked about the importance of not staying stuck in your current circumstance, getting up and going and getting wise counsel, be it a prophet, a coach, a mentor, a pastor, someone that you trust, right? And then when they tell you what to do, following the instructions. Come on, follow the instructions. She followed the instructions. She listened. The next thing she did after she obeyed, when he told her, get the vessels, get the oil, go into your secret chambers, fill them up. And then when she did that, she didn't just go and just lean to her own understanding. The next thing she did was she went back to the prophet and said, I've done what you told me to do. Now he gave her the final instruction. He says, now go and sell the oil, pay off your debtors, and live off the rest. What happened when she had the right perspective? She didn't focus on it. She didn't focus inwardly. She looked outside of herself, and she knew she did what she had to do in order to get the results that she needed. And so as a result, she became debt free. She became a seller of oil. She became a businesswoman. And then she became a wealthy woman, which, because there's the only way you can live off the rest is if you got enough left over that can sustain you for the rest of your life. And so she became a wealthy woman, an entrepreneur. A bad situation could have taken her out. The loss of her husband, understanding what the times were in those days, women did not have rights. They were dependent on someone else to take care of them, either the husband or the next of kin, or whatever the case may be. That's where the story of Naomi and Ruth comes in, right? And so Esther and Mordecai, right? We talk about the importance of having the right people leading you, the right people that you can invest in, the right people that you can get answers from, the right people that you can glean from, so that when you find yourself in a search of circumstance or situation, you can ask, and by you asking, you can get the help and the assistance that you need. So I'm just super excited about that. But today we're talking about staying focused, not being distracted from your dreams. And I don't even have a full hour today because, again, like I say, seasons change, times change. And so today I got grandma duty. Go figure. So I have to detour, and God answered my prayer. I told him to put my little pumpkin to sleep long enough for me to be able to come here and share these next few moments. But in the time that I've been allotted, I want to say something to you. I've learned a very valuable lesson in my life with someone that wears many hats, and God has graced to be able to do a lot of different things. Life will constantly change. There's a story that says, in the midst of making plans, life happens, right? So life is happening. Life is life, and as everybody say, things are coming up in your life. But your plan and what you say that you're gonna do cannot change based on the life circumstances, unless it's a situation that is totally out of your control that you cannot change, a health challenge, a family emergency, things like that. But other than that, you have to make up in your mind that this is so important to me that I cannot allow anything to move me from my assignment. How many of you understand that you only have a window, a short window to accomplish the things that you've set out to do? You only have a time and a time and a half. We talked about day 2 about valuing your time. Ephesians talks about redeeming the time for the days are evil. Redeem means to buy back your time. How do I buy back time? It literally means to give your time an assignment. It means don't waste time. That means have time, have things in place in your life that if that you say, you know what, I'm going to do this by this time. Give your goals and your dreams deadlines. Don't just say I want to travel. Well, you could be traveling for the next 50 years and never get there. Don't just say I want to lose weight. Well, what 5 things are you going to do to help you lose weight? I want to save up $100,000. What do I have to do different if I'm going to see those things come to pass? I told a story about myself on day 2 about, knowing the value of your vision and the value of time. And I was talking to God about it because I've been declaring for a year, I'm going to Paris for my 50th birthday. I'm going to Paris for my 50th birthday. Well, my 50th birthday came up and I was no closer to Paris than I was a year ago. And I began to ask the Lord a question. I said, Lord, I was going to go to Paris for my 50th birthday. What happened? He said, yeah, you planned it. You even put it on your vision board, but you did nothing to prepare for Paris. You did not put a travel savings fund to the side. You didn't do anything extra. You were just focused on what you were focused on. And as a result, you were not able to accomplish that goal. Well, guess what? That happens all the time. Are y'all still there? Talk to me. Let me know I'm still clear. Talks about having clear vision, right? And so if whatever it is that you're gonna do, whatever it is that you desire to do, you must have a plan, you must have a strategy, but you also must make up in your mind that you're not going to be distracted in this season. You're gonna see this thing all the way through to the end. You cannot grow weary in well doing, for in due season you're going to reap if you don't quit. And so I've learned now to guard my dream, guard my goals, guard the things that I say that I desire to do. Well, what does that look like? Ecclesiastes 11, I believe it was. In Ecclesiastes 11, fourth verse. It says that if a farmer considers the wind, he will never sow. And if he focus on the wind, he'll never reap a harvest. And I'm paraphrasing there, but the A part says if a farmer considers the wind, he will never sow, and then he'll never reap a harvest. Do you know that if we keep waiting for conditions to be favorable, if we keep waiting for the right time, I'm gonna do it when this happens, I'm gonna do it when that happens, I'm gonna go back to school when this happens, I'm gonna work on my credit when I get a little extra money, I'm going to lose weight when this happens, all these things, I'm gonna start my business, then when this happens. If the farmer looked at the wind, now today it's a beautiful sunny day, guess what? A farmer would definitely go out and plant in today, but you know what? Let a cloud come. If a cloud comes and he looks at it and he senses the wind blowing and he focuses on the wind, he will never go out and plant a seed. And if you never plant a seed, you will never get a harvest. What kind of what excuses are you making? I know that kind of goes back to what story you're telling yourself, but what excuses are you making for why you have not been able to step out and accomplish the things that you set out to do? What's stopping you? It's a detour. See, you cannot detour from the destiny. Sometimes you can detour from the dream. Sometimes you may have to take an alternative route. Sometimes I was bringing my daughter to work. She had to be to work for 12 o'clock of all times. And I was bringing her to work, but guess what? I'm glad she got a job. So anything I can do to assist and help. And guess what? I had to detour from coming. I said, okay, I got to stop and get gas. And then I went to pull out and say, okay, turn this way, turn that way. Guess what? I still got to the destination and I got here on time. Even with the detour, I still got here on time, right? And so watch this. Even when I scheduled today's video, I I didn't purposely schedule it for 12:10. I got ready to start at 12 o'clock and saw that I had put it down for 12:10. Well, guess what? The Holy Spirit knew. Remember, y'all, I am a Christian coach. Knew that there was going to be a detour, and by my detour, I had to make the necessary adjustments, but I still made it to my destination. Patricia, thank you for joining me on YouTube. I just realized you're on YouTube. Yay! Help me build that up. Become a prescriber, if you will, and like it and share it. Thank you so very much, and thank you. Oh, Vanquita, all of y'all are on YouTube today. Wow, what? Thank goodness! I'm so glad, so glad, so glad to have you. Maybe am I not? I may not be showing the women who showed up. I don't know. Something's going on. I tell you, again, I can't get distracted by that. Literally, it's day 4. I went to go into the video and notice that I wasn't getting the kind of communication that I thought I should have. And I realized that it was not streaming because it's a private class. So unless you're a private group, so unless you're a woman who show up already, or even though I shared on some other pages, it's not showing because of the way it's set up. I can't let that distract me. I cannot let that detour me. I cannot allow that to keep me from fulfilling my commitments, because it is my commitment, not only to you, but it's my commitment to myself to show up today, every day. Do you know that the purpose of understanding the why you have to stay focused and not be distracted from your dream is because, and your goals, is because the world is designed to keep you from showing up. The world was created, and everything in this world was to keep you from showing up. Do you understand that the whole experience that Jesus Christ had in the wilderness after he had been tempted 40 days and 40 nights was the enemy trying to detour him from his destiny, trying to detour him from showing up, trying to make him tempt God, and trying to tempt him with food, and tempt him with the appetite, and tempt him with with the kingdoms of this world, and tempt him with putting God to the test. The whole purpose of this world system is set up to cause you to forfeit your destiny. It's designed to forfeit you, cause you to forfeit your purpose, and keep you from showing up fully. But when you understand that your destiny is so great, and the visions that you have been given are so big, and the gifts and the talents you've been given, you have to get a mindset that say, I will not be distracted. And I will not be moved. I will stay the course, and I will see the fullness of what it is that I'm believing for. But it's going to take commitment. It's going to take dedication. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take consistency. Watch this. 11 months ago, I started a health journey. And as a matter of fact, I showed up for my fit life. Haha. I'm so excited about it. I'm branding it as we speak. I have the website is waiting to be launched. I showed up for my fit life. 11 months ago, I decided to get serious about my health, taking blood pressure medication, tapping on 50, wearing all these hats, being pulled all these different ways. And if you know anything about preaching, the ministry requires a lot of energy. It takes a lot out of you. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a grandmother, and life is busy. And so I made a decision that I was not gonna make excuses anymore about why I was in the condition that I was in. I had nothing hindering me from getting up and putting on some tennis shoes and walking. I had nothing hindering me from choosing the right foods to put in my mouth. I found a reasonable gym that's not gonna take me out of my element. And I had no excuse. And I made the decision that I was going to do something about where I was so that I can see something shift inside of me. And so what did I do? I got serious. I got an accountability partner. What I'm telling you to do, my little partner back there, I hope he's not waking up. Hold on. Told y'all you can't detour. Okay, and so I got I got in the right posture. I got in the right heart posture, and I got an accountability partner. And I said, okay, this is what I want to do. I found somebody that was doing it successfully. I found somebody that was actually that I seen results. Not just saying they do it, but I don't see no change in their physical body. I don't see any change or anything. And I just got serious about it. And I reached out to her and I said, hey, this is what I want to do. Not asking you to train me. I'm just asking you to hold me accountable and give me some tips. And for 11 months straight, I showed up. Some days I didn't feel like showing up, but I showed up. But watch this. This is so important what I'm going to say. And it's not even just about the weight, but you're going to see yourself in what I'm getting ready to tell you because this is so big. I did that. I got an accountability partner. Then I got I do a lot of personal development, a lot of spiritual development, like what I'm doing for you. I feed myself. I go on YouTube. I get different nuggets and wisdom nuggets from different motivational speakers, preachers, whatever the case may be. And I found somebody on YouTube, and just so happened I clicked on it, and she was telling my whole story about how she got where she desired. Now her ministry is booming and everything is flowing accordingly, but she was on this road like I am. And she talked about five things successful people do before 8 a.m. Her name is Terry Savelle Foyer. Now, if y'all hear my little grandbaby in the background, I promise y'all I'm trying to stay professional, but I have to bring him with me today. But I'm not detouring. So if y'all hear him, he's just back there waking up, okay? And uh, so talked about five things successful people do before 8 a.m. And so I bought the book. I listened at it on YouTube. It's a very good little YouTube channel to go and watch. Her name is Terry Foyer, Terry Savelle Foyer. She's a little Caucasian lady about this big. And her voice is like a little baby. But if I tell you the wisdom that's pouring out of her lips will help transform your life. Long story short, I said, you know what? I started reading her book and she talked about those five things. And of course, one of them was exercise. One of them was getting up early. You know, successful people success leaves clues. And so I decided to get up, make the commitment. I'm still talking about not being distracted from your dreams. So stay put. What did I do? I set myself up to succeed. I set myself up to succeed. I've surrounded myself with things and people that will hold me accountable, tools and strategies that I needed so that I can begin to see the results that I desire. That's what I did. And 11 months later, 19 pounds down, 4 or 5 inches down. Didn't do everything right, haven't always done everything right over these 11 months, but because I never stopped working out, I followed another lady on YouTube, Melissa Neal, learning how to work out after menopause. What do you have to do different? You can't lose weight the way you did when you were in your 20s and 30s and 40s, right? When you go through menopause, your body change, everything changes. So you have to change the way you train. All those things, all that, more about that in Show Up for My Fit Life, for those of you who want to be a part of that. But my point is, I could not get distracted. I had to stay focused on my dream. I cannot detour. You cannot detour from what it is that you are believing for. Hello, 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 my dear sister, Minister Daphne Travis. God bless you. We're just talking about showing up today. This is day 4 of our 5-day challenge. So glad to see you. Love you. Right back. And I'm just talking about the importance of not being distracted from your dream. You have to make a decision that this is my commitment, whatever it is. Remember, when I talk about showing up today, I talk about showing up in 6 areas: your spirit, your soul, your health, your opportunities, your wealth, your universal purpose, and your physical man. Your spirit and soul. Are you showing up in prayer? Are you showing up in meditation? Are you showing up reading your scriptures? Are you focused? Are you making sure that you are feeding your soul? Are you making sure that you're feeding your spirit? Come on, your soul. Are you doing your soul work? That means, are you bringing healing? Kelly Price wrote a song, say, I need a healing for my soul. I taught this on this week that the Lord showed me the reason why people are not whole, WHOLE, because they have a hole, HOLE, in their soul. They left fragments of themselves along the way. They've lost fragments of themselves along the way through trauma, through PTSD, through grief, through various things. And we've allowed other things to pull out the best parts of us and to rob us of who God has called us to be. But God comes to bring healing to our souls. He comes to renew us and restore us and transform us from the inside out. Right? But we have to be able to recognize that there's a void. That void is there, but the Spirit of the Lord will fill that void in our lives when we refuse to be distracted. We refuse to be detoured from what He's told us to do. Right? So you cannot lose focus. You cannot lose sight. You must stay the course. My old pastor used to say, what I believe does not change based on my circumstances. I believe that this is my set time to succeed. I believe that it is my set time to soar. I believe that it is my set time to grow. I believe it's my set time to keep going. If I want to see the results that I desire, I must stay the course. And that's what I came to tell you. I came to tell you to keep showing up in your health. That's why we're talking about showing up for your fit life in your health. Are you doing your work? Are you watching what you put in your mouth? Especially if all ethnicities. I can't even say just African American, because African Americans, we do tend to suffer more with high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, all these various, cholesterol issues, because we've grown up eating the wrong food. I actually heard someone say, a doctor said that most people say it's genetic, but doctors say it's not genetic. It's tradition and nutrition. Because if I grew up eating all the wrong foods because we ate what we could afford, pig feet and poke bones and pork chop and whatever was on the farm, right? That, we grew up eating that way, then we passed those things down to our generation. And then we in turn follow those same habits. And then now they say it's genetic, but it's actually not. It's nutritional. It's what has come through the bloodline based on what was available to them at the time, right? But we get to make different choices today. Even though we know all the various things that's going on in our world with food and things like that. A lot of people say, you want to do organic, natural. We understand that. But I'm just talking about the simple things, making small choices. But if that is your goal, if that is your desire to have a better, healthy person, you should desire to be whole in those 6 areas in your health. Come on, not just your physical body, but your spiritual body. The Bible says exercise profit you little, but exercise yourself in godliness. I'll never forget when I saw that scripture, because I thought it was all just about the outer. And I'm thankful for the outer. I'm thankful for the weight that I've lost. But you know what? If I'm not exercising myself in godliness, if I'm not doing my internal work, then I can have all the outer appearance I want. But if your inner man is not right, then you won't be able to live this life called showing up today, right? You got to make better decisions. We must make better decisions, better choice, and we must stay the course. We cannot get distracted. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about having a goal, having a dream, having a strategy, which is called a plan of action, and following through. How many times have we started and stopped? How many times have I started and stopped? I'll be the first one. I listen. I got the bumper sticker, the T-shirt, the pendant, the earrings. Come on, the magnet. I have it all. I was told by a really good friend of mine um, that I've been on this health journey for years, and I would post pictures. I would post pictures of me working out, and where's your pinky? Where your pinky? I would post pictures of me working out, and wasn't being consistent. And then guess what was said? She ain't losing no weight. She's not losing no weight. Why? Because because I wasn't consistent. But when I got consistent, when I made up in my mind that I was gonna go play full out, I was not gonna give up. I wasn't gonna throw in the towel. And guess what? That was my push. That was my push. She said, yeah, people are saying. I'm like, what? You know, I'm showing up, posting videos. I'm walking whatever they like. Child, ain't nothing happening. I'm glad that happened. I'm glad that happened, because sometimes we need a push. Sometimes we need to be pushed out of our comfort zone so that we can begin to get the results that we say we desire. And by doing so, we can motivate and encourage somebody else to show up for their life. Right? So today, that's what I'm talking about. I know I'm talking a little bit more about health and wellness because that's my journey that I'm on. I'm also on the spirit and soul journey and the health journey. The O is your opportunities. Come on. What dream do you have for the opportunities? What dreams do you have? What has God presented to you? What opportunities have been presented to you? What visions have he given you? What dreams have he given you? What gets you up in the morning? What keeps you excited? What gives you joy when you think about it? When you think about what's possible for you, this gives me joy, helping and teaching people and causing people to think and causing people to get tired of being where they are and making a decision to leave where they are to get to the place that they desire, to show up for their life. I will never stop talking about showing up unless the Lord give me a different mandate. I will never stop talking about the importance of showing up for your life. The thief cometh but to kill, steal, destroy, but God comes that you may, I may come that you may have life and have it more abundant. That word life is Zoe, abundant life, life to the full, till it's overflowing, living your best and blessed life. You deserve to live your best life. You'd have been through enough stuff in your life to where you deserve to live in a place of happiness and peace. Haven't you? That's my desire. I'm like, I've been through too much not to experience this joy and these opportunities that I've been given. But you know what I've learned now? Even with not losing sight of my dream and not being distracted, I must work the work of him who sent me while it is day. I must be willing to do my work. I cannot grow weary and well doing, for in due season I'm going to reap if I don't quit. I cannot get distracted. And that's what I came to tell you. Don't get distracted. Don't be detoured. I was gonna say this, and then I was led to go another direction. But let me finish this. Your W, your wealth. What do you want in life? What kind of legacy do you want to leave for your family, for your children? Y'all hear one of my, that's number 18 in the back seat. Guess what? My assignment has not changed. I got him with me, but my assignment has not changed. I'm still showing up. I don't have an excuse. I want to leave a legacy to my lineage. I want to leave not money, because money takes wings and fly away. I want to leave generational wealth. Don't you want to do that? And a lot of us are waiting. I feel this really strong. We're waiting on somebody outside of us to make that happen for us. But the only person that can make that happen for you is you. The only person that can make you be consistent and get up and rid yourself of the excuses and show up for today is you. We know God, ultimately, he knows the thoughts that he thinks towards us, says the Lord, thoughts of good, not of evil, to give you a future hoping and expected in, according to Jeremiah 29:11. We understand that God has a plan in the future, but do you know you have to be proactive with God's plan? God can have a plan for your life, but you can choose to go a whole nother direction. People do it all the time. But you get to choose what kind of life you live out. I look at now, I remember in my 20s, I thought I had forever. In my 30s, thought I had forever. In my 40s, now I'm 50, and I realize I'm getting older. Life is moving on, and I'm so grateful that God has allowed me to live long enough to have these aha moments that I can share these truths with you. What are you doing with what he's giving you? The wealth you need, you already possess. The things you need, you already possess. Because greater is he that is in you than he that's in the world. God lives on the inside of you, and he has given you everything you need to life. The Bible says every good and perfect gift comes from above, from the Father of light, whom there's no variation of turning. In the book of James, I believe it's the first chapter. There is no variation of change. God does not change. He is not double-minded. He is not he don't have no day where he 1 minute he want to do this next. No. He knows exactly what he wants to do. He knows exactly what to do in your life. But if we get distracted from the dream, if we detour from the dream, we detour from the goals that we have set out to do, we will not fulfill our purpose and our plan in the earth. And we will be 20 years down the road looking back, talking about what we wish we would have done. I will not live in the land of regret. I have enough things that I regret in my life, but reaching my destiny and living out the fullness of my life ain't one of them. And I want to encourage you today. I can't do the full hour today, but I just want to encourage. I want you to sit down and ask yourself, how are you showing up for your spirit and your soul? How are you showing up for your health? How are you showing up for your opportunities? How are you showing up for your wealth? Yes, 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 Patricia. You know this. You've heard this. Patricia was one of my first clients. How are you showing up for your universal purpose, which is the purpose beyond you? How are you showing up for your physical man or your physical environment? What do you want to see different manifest in your life? The world didn't come up with manifestation. I know that's a big new age thing, but they didn't come up with that. The Bible says, and in the beginning, God said, let there be light. That, and he manifested it simply by his words that he spoke. And there was light manifest. You have the authority and you are a speaking spirit. You were created in the image and after the likeness of your God. And he's given you the power and the authority to call those things that be not as though they were. He's given you the authority to decree a thing and it shall be established. Do you know when you decree, that means you have made something a law in the land? You have spoken it, and then it cannot be overturned, because you are an ambassador, you are a king's kid, and you represent him in the earth. Just as it was in the Old Testament, when King Arexus gave the decree for all the Jews to be killed, no matter how much he loved Esther, he said, I can't do anything about the decree that has been established. I can't change it. But now what you all can do is you can protect yourself for when they come to try to kill you. Come on. When the King Nebuchadnezzar signed with his signet ring that Daniel, anybody praying to any other gods other than him would be killed, even though he loved Daniel and Daniel found favor with him, he could not detour from the declaration that had been decreed and declared, and he had made it, and so he still had to throw Daniel in the lion's den, because the decree and the declaration could not be overturned. The only person can overturn that decree and that declaration is the judge. So it is in the natural, so it is in the spirit. The great judge, the righteous judge, he's the only one that can overturn things that are destined for your life. Wow. Is that not powerful? So when you think about you being a representative, a prince and princess, a king, a peculiar people, a royal priesthood in the earth, and you have been given the authority to bind and to loose, to declare something legal or unlawful entry. What are we doing with what we've been given? What are we doing with the opportunities that we've been allotted? What are we doing with our show up today? I said this yesterday. It's 12:47. We've already utilized 12 hours and 47 minutes of the day, but we still have 11 hours and 13 minutes left of this day. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to spend it murmuring and complaining? Are you going to spend it feeling sorry for yourself? Are you going to spend it letting somebody else dictate your destiny or tell you what you can and cannot do or become? Are you going to self-sabotage yourself and speak ill of yourself and you ought to be further along? No, 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 no. That is not what showing up today is about. I love it. I'm so glad to hear that God is healing and restoring you. And I decree and declare, Patricia, that this is your season of restoration and rejuvenation. This is your season of abundance. This is your season that you will be able to do everything that God has called you to do, that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up against you in judgment, whether it's natural or spiritual, shall be condemned in Jesus' name. I believe it for you. I believe it for you. It's going to happen. The circumstance was designed to stop you, but the detour was not a delay. The delay was not a denial. You're still going to possess everything that the Father has for you. He just needed me to come on and just jug you and remind you of what's possible. The scripture says that we are snared by the words of our mouth. What are we saying? What are we saying about ourselves? What are we saying about our circumstance? What are we saying about what we want to see manifest in our lives? We have to let our words be seasoned with salt. Let the words of our mouth and the meditation of our heart be acceptable in his sight, our God, our Lord, and our Redeemer. So that's all I have today. He's been really good and sat really good to allow me to sit here and have this time with you. And I don't want to push it before I have to edit the videos. But thank you so very much, guys, for showing up with me today for day 4. There's so much more I could say, but tomorrow is going to be our final 5-day challenge of showing up today, and I'm super excited about what that looks like for you and what it looks like for me. And I hope that these last 4 days have been so inspiring, so encouraging, so motivational, so inspirational, that it challenged you to get up today. That's what it's about. Get up today and make something happen. Get up today and soar. Get up today and walk in the fullness of what you've been called to do. It is your set time, and all you have to do is believe it. And if you, all you need is belief. And when you step over into that belief, everything you need will manifest. I have to leave you with this part. I talked about, accountability. People that in your life that will, and feed in your spirit things that can help you to stay the course. I began to apply those principles that I learned from Terry Savelle Fourier, and about, 5 things successful people do before 8 a.m. I began to apply those principles, and that's how I've been able to stay this course all this time, and not go back to my regular eating habits, my regular lifestyle, the way I normally did things, right? But something happened. And it's happened twice. And this is why I can tell you this today. Something happened where I changed my routine. And instead of me getting up at 5 a.m. to do what I was doing, I started being under somebody else's routine. And from that one shift, it took me literally months to shift back into it. And what I realized is, when you have made a commitment to yourself to see something through to the end and to follow through, no, Papa. No. To follow through, you cannot let other people's dreams detour you and make you shift from what you committed to doing. I did that. And that is why I can tell you, don't be detoured from your dreams. Stay the course. Whatever you committed to do, stay there and build everything else around your appointments with yourself. Build everything else around your appointments, your commitments that you made. I committed, and guess what? I'm back on track. I'm back doing what I committed to do to myself. I'm back making sure that I am up, and I'm at the gym at 5 a.m. and I'm spending my time in worship. And I have this saying that I used to say back then. I said, I wake up, I wake up, I worship, I work out, and I win. I wake up, I worship, I work out, and I win. And then I repeat it. And so that's my commitment to myself. That means anything that comes before that, again, let's I said it's a dire emergency or a situation that is just out of my control, that's my commitment to myself. I cannot be distracted, because if I do, and I have, then before you know it, you find yourself back in old habits. And that's exactly what was beginning to happen. I found myself in those old habits, old routines. So I'm telling you, from a coaching perspective, whatever you've committed to for yourself, stay the course and build everything else around it. You've committed to early morning prayer, guard that time with God. If you've committed to working out, guard that time. If you've committed to helping somebody, if you committed to saving, if you committed to writing the vision, making plan, you committed to journaling when you first get up in the morning. Whatever you've committed to, don't get distracted. Stay the course. Do not quit and do not give up. Keep doing what it is that you said you were going to do. And in due season, you will reap if you do not quit. Okay? So that's all I have today, guys. Thank y'all for bearing with me, for being in the car. I know there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm in a different season, and I could just cringe at the fact that I had to detour. But my detour was not a delay. I still wanted to honor this show up today, and I hope that it's helped you and encouraged you to show up for wherever you are, wherever life has found you today, that you will just continue to show up for your life, because it is your life and nobody else can show up for you. You have to show up for yourself. I said this on the flyer: show up for who you are. Leave who you were yesterday. to show up for who you desire to be today. And it's all up to you. Okay. So this is day 4 of the 5-day challenge. I am offering just those that are here for this week a $97 time of coaching. It's VIP. Initially, I had it scheduled for immediately after the class, but as I tell you, things happen. So $97 for the week. You are so welcome, Miss Daphne. $97 for 5 days. Like a VIP room, and I'm gonna schedule that. I may have to just start it fresh on next week for those who want to be a part of it, or if you want to take advantage of it and just have your own private VIP class, you can do that as well. I do have someone that is taking advantage of that. But if so, just email me at I showed up for my life conference at gmail.com. I would definitely love to walk alongside of you and help you spark some giftings and all those dormant things that are laying dormant inside of you, gifts that are laying inside of you. I would love to come alongside you and help you put the pieces back together again. And then also I'm offering a 63-day coaching class, showing up for your life coaching class. It's literally 63 days of showing up, and I take you on this journey. And we take this is time. This is what they're calling show up 2.0. Okay, show up 2.0 is what that is. And so it's just phenomenal. It's just more deeper diving, more strategy, more clarity, more hands-on homework, things that life application, things that you can apply to your life today to help you show up. So if you want to take advantage of that, you can also email me at I showed up for my life conference at gmail.com. And lastly, my newest baby that I'm so excited about is the I Showed Up for My Life International Retreat, taking place in Costa Rica, Mexico, Costa Rica, Liberia, May 29th through June 1st. We showed up in Jamaica last year, May 29th through June 1st. It wowed all of us, all inclusive resort, the best butler service for some of my guests chose the Presidential Club package, and they have a butler serving them for 4 days and 3 nights. And oh, I'm telling you, they're living their best life in Costa Rica, Liberia on May 29th through June 1st. So we do still have spaces available, but time is of the essence. The last day to register to be a part of my group is April 29th. And so if you want to be a part of that, your deposit right now would be $4.99, and 99 of that will go toward locking your room in, and then you'll have till April 29th to pay it off. Okay, and so that's just to be a part of my group. And to be a part of the team. I got about 20 ladies, and we're showing up in Costa Rica, and we are excited about it. And so I'm so glad to have them. But I would love to see you join us in Costa Rica, May 29th through June 1st. Flights is not included. This is just land only. Many of you this may be the perfect time to show up for you and invest into yourself so that you can go and be poured into and be catered and experience something out of the norm. And so if you have your passport and you're ready to travel, inbox me at I showed up for my life conference at gmail.com. Well, that's all I have for now. I'm actually stopping a few minutes early. It's 47:42. I planned on being here an hour. He did pretty good considering, right? Oh, he got my credit cards and everything just all over his head right now. But he is just as happy as he could be. So I'm excited. Thank you all for joining me on today. Thank you. If you missed day 1, day 2, day 3, please go on to my YouTube channel and you can like and subscribe and follow me on this journey. If you want more information about how to show up for your fit life, that is my health journey that I'm on, and I would love to come alongside you and help you reach your fitness goals. I'm also in the process of being certified as a personal trainer, and so I know a little something about this thing called showing up. So he's running out of patience now. So I'm going to go ahead on and bid you all farewell. In the meantime, for more information, go to chikahunt.com, and I will see you tomorrow for day 5. Have a wonderful, beautiful, fabulous Thursday. I'm outside and I'm about to enjoy this beautiful day. Until next time, be blessed. Bye now.